Alrighty, guys and gals, this is a new update on what's going on here, and this is my latest acquisition. It's a Homelite Jacobsen tractor, 10-horse Kohler. Somebody started building a loader. It's got a huge bucket on it. It's got to be every bit of 4 foot, if not wider. I haven't measured it yet, but it needs all the hydraulics. The bucket needs to be finished welded. I do believe that this is a problem here. These brackets, from what I've been looking at, need to be in a different position because there's no place to mount the cylinders. So maybe that's why they got discouraged and stopped what they were doing. Who knows? But anyhow, it has, I don't know what they are. I guess they're John Deere tires and wheels. They look pretty big and wide. The back, the weight box is full of, like, I don't know, maybe 1-inch steel. I don't know how much is in there, but it's pretty damn full. Plus, it's got this Class 3 hitch somebody started to make on the back, and I'm assuming these were for more weight, either batteries or, I don't know, cinder blocks maybe, I'm not sure. But it does say Homelite Textron. If you can read all that stuff, I haven't even done any looking up on anything on this. As far as that goes, it does have a nice little stack on it. And it does run. So for 200 bucks, it was hard to pass up. I've had my eye on this for a while. One of my friends had it, and I actually passed on it a couple months ago. But I've been thinking about it, and I said, well, might as well get it while it's still there. So, and this is the next item here. This was a Simplicity 7117. The engine in it was very tired, Kohler, smoked like hell, burned oil. And I had, you'll see the fender in the back, the orange fender. I had an Allis Chalmers 916 that I have a little, I guess it's a little 3-foot bucket on the front of it. And I've been using that a lot. I used that for years, actually, and the engine just got so tired it finally blew up. So rather than go through all that trouble, I already had this tractor in inventory. And so I decided to take an 18 horsepower Briggs opposed, which I bought with another tractor for $20 on eBay. And I put that engine in here. It's a in-frame restoration, whatever you want to call it. I did take a lot of the stuff off and glass bead it and prime it and paint it and make it look pretty. I have to finish the rest of the body work. The back fender needs some welding and whatnot, and I gotta finish getting all that orange paint off and paint it green just like this. It's kind of gonna be like the Dutz Allis color. I may put the Dutz Allis decals on it, I don't know. But I did put the rear hitch that came on my other tractor. Basically, whatever was good on my other tractor, I put on this. So it has a front lift and a rear lift. It has a mid PTO, and I had this in inventory. I had the snapper clutch, so I'm putting a front PTO on it in case I ever decide to do something else crazy on down the line. And now my plans with this loader is going to be to put it on this guy here. This is an Ariens GT20 tractor. This is a big boy. It's all hydro. It has a front PTO It has a rear PTO here, and it also has a mid PTO right there. It also has power steering. The rear lift cylinder is right there. It also has the provisions for the 3-point hitch, as you can see by there, and there. I don't have the lift arms, but it has a 20 horsepower Kohler. The engine, I had it running. It does run, but I have it out. I'm going through it. Replaced the head gaskets, all the head bolts. Clean it up, put some new seals in it. I do have a hood for it. The hood that came with this thing was destroyed, but I did find one. And there it says GT20 on there. There's your hydraulic steering. It is a pretty big tractor. So it has 1-inch axles. It has a cast iron front axle. So I think this would be a much better candidate for the loader. So that's probably going to be the next project. I'm going to take this loader off of here and store it away for now. That tractor does have something that's pretty interesting. This does have a granny gear, a creeper gear, so it is actually a 4-speed plus reverse. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So that's kind of what I'm up to. And this here, I've never seen anything like this before, but I picked this up at a sale a while back. It's too big, too small for a bumper jack for a car. The story I got from the guy was he did a clean out of a guy who had a gas station that closed up in the 60s. This was in his garage, so I don't know how old it is, but I plan on using it for my tractors and quads and whatnot. I gave the guy $40 for it, so that'll come in handy. I just power washed it, cleaned it up, gave it a new paint job, and greased everything up, so that'll be good. Probably can't see this too well, but this is for George. This is my Bishman tire machine. I don't think I can see that, but there it is. Again, I don't know, this is 50s, 60s, whatever, but I gave the guy $50 for it. So it's helped me out quite a bit. I've used it a lot. It does work. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. It's not like any of the modern stuff that I've ever used. So, but again, I went through it, took it all apart, cleaned it up, put fresh gear oil in it, resealed everything, put a new belt on it, new wiring, new switches, new springs, etc., hardware, whatever it needed to be done, and works quite well. Well, there's the 20 horsepower for the Arian sitting right there. So this is another fairly new addition. My Harbor Freight 20-ton press. I haven't got a chance to use that on much, but it was on sale, so I got it. This is a 16 horsepower Briggs that came off of a Montgomery. I'm sorry, a 12 horsepower Briggs. It came off of Montgomery Ward Squire. I had 2 of them, so I had to take one of them and make it disappear. So this is a good engine, so I saved it. And the reason there's no oil pan on it is because the oil pan is the pivot for the front axle. So I didn't want to take that all apart, so I just dropped the pan off of it and left it in the tractor when I got rid of it. So not much has changed. Blast cabinet, parts washers over there in the corner, toolbox, filing cabinet, etc., etc. Just still trying to get a little bit better organized, get my shit together, so to speak. Pardon my French. I got this bolt bin my friend gave me from his shop. They don't use it anymore, so I picked that up. This is something I don't know if anybody's seen it before or not, but this is a Champion spark plug cabinet. And this came from a Sunoco station that used to be in my town, and the guy closed up shop and everything went to his house, and when the family decided to get rid of everything after everybody passed away, I was able to go over there and rummage through some things. But if you look at some of the car names on here and how many spark plugs there only were, this is definitely from the 50s. There wasn't many choices of spark plugs back then. So I just use it for filters and what have you. So, Cushman's still sitting here. My generator, I thought I was going to have to maybe get ready to break that out this weekend for Matthew, but it looks like as of right now it's turning away from, it's going to turn back around and go back to Florida again, allegedly, who knows. And then it may come back up here next week, so who knows. But I got my Cub Cadet in the corner. It's a 1250 hydro. I started doing some custom stuff too, and I just stopped. Too many projects, not enough time. My shelving units that I picked up from the Horde. And filing cabinets, very good. It's something interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a JCPenney refrigerator I picked up for $5 at a yard sale. And it's like 38 degrees in there, so that works quite well. So, that's kind of what's going on in my world. I got a Snapper snowblower out there that I picked up for $50 that needs an engine, and I already had one that my neighbor gave me that was pretty screwed up from being left outside for years, but the engine runs, so I combined the two, and I'll be putting that up for sale shortly. And there's the Baja. There is another tractor here. I'll have to do a video on it someday. Maybe this one might be, I don't know, maybe I'll put the loader on this too. I'm not sure. This one is an Agway GT18. It's kind of similar to like a Case Ingersoll. You'll see it's got 15-inch tires on the back. They're 27-inch tall tires. It has a 3-point hitch. It has an 18 horsepower Pose Briggs & Stratton. Hydro, high and low range. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm debating. I have all the hydro stuff from another tractor if I wanted to try to put the power steering in this and maybe put the loader on this. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. My Case 220 sitting there. And yeah, there's a few more stragglers up in there. A couple Sears Suburbans. There's a Super 10. There's a 63 Cub Cadet. There's another GT18 up in there. So I got a few things going on, and I'll take you into the other part of the Horde. I don't think anybody's seen, but this is my little carport thing that I gotta put a roof on before winter. And as you can see, we have snowblowers, 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 snowblowers. I have another Sears tractor. My three-wheeler project, which is at a standstill at the moment. Just a lot of other crap, mower decks and whatnot. I have a cab that was originally on a John Deere that I picked up with intentions of putting on something sooner or later. So, that's pretty much about it from here. Picking up, cleaning up, may not look like it, but I've gotten rid of a lot of crap. I gave 500 pounds of stuff, but then it was like $2.75 a pound. So, scrap sucks. It ain't worth it, but you gotta get rid of stuff sometimes. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Ciao.